that he hold a public town meeting or even meet with us, a delegation of his constituents here in Lebanon County, so that we can express to him exactly what we think.
If you're not comfortable giving your first name, just give your first.
No, I did like 4 interviews on Saturday, so.
No, you were the one that held it.
Yeah.
I'm here for Lebtown right now. We almost went to that.
Yeah.
Send us, if you do it again, bro, send us a press release. Because I know this is like.
I did tag Leptown in my counter response to the DA, but I know probably Facebook's not really like that.
Honestly, we post so many articles a day, and we get so many notifications. I missed it. You want to take our name in real quick so I don't spell it wrong? Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
We tried to autocorrect it to bat poop. Guano. Yeah. Jamming loud, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man, you do something again, just let us know.
Thank you.
Consider anything,
Appreciate it.
About what is happening in Washington, D.C. and the rest of our nation. We are here because our elected representative, Dan Meuser, took an oath of office to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And because every single day he is failing to keep that oath. He's cheering on the Trump-Musk regime's daily violation of the Constitution. It's very sad to say, but it's simply a fact that Trump and Musk and their subordinates are not only acting in unconstitutional ways, they're acting in anti-constitutional ways. And our elected representative, Dan Meuser, is cheering it all on, trumpeting the marvelous accomplishments. If you read his newsletters, you'll see, trumpeting the marvelous accomplishments of Trump and his MAGA and screaming. And in doing so, he is violating his oath of office to protect and defend the Constitution, because he's basically agreeing to surrender the power of the legislative branch and hand it over to the executive branch. And we are here because we want to say to Dan Meuser that we are tax-paying citizens and voters. We, your constituents, we are angry, we are upset, we are outraged and anxious and deeply concerned because we see that you are facilitating the creation of an authoritarian government that is no longer a democratic republic that our founders had envisioned. We all know this is about power, about who holds power and who wields power. But what Trump and Musk and their minions and Dan Meuser forget, it is the power of ordinary people like you and me and everyone gathered here today, acting collectively like we're doing right now, where the real power is. And we'll get into all that in just a minute. But first, Laura, quick, can you raise your hand, Laura? Laura is the co-organizer here. Laura and I want to make several things just clear from the very outset. This is a peaceful, law-abiding, non-violent act of civil protest. There's absolutely no violence or violations of the law will be tolerated. I just spoke with Sheriff Marley. Sheriff Marley is here to protect our right of free speech, our First Amendment right. If there are counter-protesters,
That's not true.
We will call 911. We will depend on law enforcement.
Sheriff Marley is not a man of the people.
Right. This is a nonpartisan event. We welcome members of all political parties, as long as you agree with our main message to Representative Meuser, which I'll say more about in just a minute. We will not block sidewalks or impede foot traffic or motor traffic. We will act civilly toward everyone we encounter. We will not argue. We will not engage with shouting matches with people or respond to taunts or verbal assaults with anything other than positive responses, like we did in our Black Lives Matter. People would yell at us, and we say, "Thank you for your support." Go home, you commies. Thank you for your support. Repeat after me. Thank you for your support. Very good. If confronted with threats of violence again, we will call the sheriff's office, call 911. They're right here in the basement of the courthouse. Our signs and our chants will remain focused on our main message to Representative Meuser. Another one of our goals, as I see it, is to get to know each other, to network with each other here in this space for 1 hour each week that we're here to build networks and local networks of resistance to authoritarian power, to the dictatorship that is currently forming as we speak. If you keep showing up, we will get to know each other, I can guarantee it. An hour is a good amount of time to talk to folks as you're protesting in front of the county courthouse. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. My own view is we have this federalist system of government, right? Federalist system, we have multiple levels of power. We have the federal level, the state level, the local level. And what we're doing here is we are leveraging our local power. Small d democratic power as a node of resistance against tyrannical federal power. Sorry, I'm a historian. I just retired from 14 years teaching history at Lebanon Valley College, Latin American history. I was just on Laura this morning talking about the Latin American tradition of impunity. People know what impunity is, state impunity. We don't know what that is in this country because we have not lived, at least since the revolution, at least if you're a white person, under conditions of state impunity. But that's where the state can act in ways that ignore constitutional guarantees and constitutional rights, and that's what we are here to protect. Resistance to a lawless and anti-constitutional regime and a toady in the House of Representatives that is handing over its power, its Article I powers, to a wannabe dictator, to a representative, our representative, Dan Meuser, who is betraying his oath of office. A representative who is afraid to meet with his constituents, is a moral coward. A representative who cannot even stand to listen to people who disagree with them. Representative Meuser's website says he has an office here in the county courthouse, but I've yet to speak with anyone who's actually seen him here. We are here today because we are pissed off that Representative Meuser has chosen to be a lapdog and a lickspittle for the illegal and unconstitutional actions of the Trump-Musk regime. Yes, lickspittle. What is a lickspittle? You can look that up. I think you know what that is. For instance, Donald Trump has issued scores of executive orders. To me, this shows what a weak president he is. If he were actually a strong president, he would be passing laws like FDR did in his first 100 days in 1933 as the New Deal. How did the New Deal? Was the New Deal passed through executive orders? No, it was passed through law. So here we have a wannabe king signing what he thinks are decrees from the sanctity of the White House, but we're here to tell him that it ain't so. That this is a republic, this is a democracy, and we have a voice. And we can't depend on just the judges, on just the judicial system. I mean, that's an important guardrail, but it's not enough. I mean, just last week, just to give you some quick examples, you probably already know this. Just last week, judges in lawsuits ended Elon Musk's access to private Social Security data to millions of Americans on something they call a fishing expedition. And that's why we have a lot of signs here about saving Social Security, right, and saving Medicare. Judges last week halted Elon Musk's continued destruction of USAID, the United States Agency for International Development. It blocked the enforcement of Trump's executive order banning transgender people from military service. Judges stopped the administration from terminating $20 billion in grants from a congressionally approved climate program. The courts have ordered the Education Department to restore $600 million in grants to place teachers in struggling schools. And most visibly, the courts have required the administration to halt deportation flights of Venezuelan migrants to a Salvadoran prison without any judicial review, in order that the administration evidently defied. Now, we have had due process since the Magna Carta. When was the Magna Carta? 1250. It's been like 800 years that we've had due process of law. So how can you deport people without any hearing, without any process whatsoever? There's simply an allegation. This is not the American way. It is not something we are going to stand for.
Yeah.
So, where's Dan?
Where's Dan?
Where's Dan?
Where is Dan? Where is Dan? Where is Dan? Where is Dan? Where is Dan? Where is Dan? Where is Dan? Where is Dan?
Very good. All right. So again, one of the goals here is to get to know each other. So right now, I know everybody came out here for their own reason. Right? I came out for my reason. Laura came out for her reason. What I'd like to do is to pass the microphone around and to give you an opportunity to say, why are you here? Okay, it might be a little scary getting in front of a crowd. How many people we have here today? Do we do a rough head count?
A little over 30.
Oh,
It's more like 50.
I'd say it's more like 550.
There's the spine. There's the spineless.
And it's going to get bigger. Again, we're going to do this every week, okay? And hopefully the momentum will grow. And we'll get more and more and more people out each week. So, with all that said, we have a background now. Oh, and just housekeeping. If you want to go in and use the restroom, the facility, you need to go around back and go in through the back door.
You'll just have to lock up your phone and leave everything in your car.
They'll tell you.
Yeah.
All right, so who else would like to say a few words about why you are here today and what brought you out here? Please. Please introduce yourself, what township you're in, and why you're here today.
Hello. Here's the mic.
Can you hear?
Just put it towards your mouth.
You got to put it right up.
Can you hear me? Louder.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, but you're not mic'd. Mike has to
Turn it up. Yeah. Right in front of your mouth. Testing 1, 2, 3. Sound good? No.
Put your lips right on.
Yeah. All right. Kind of a strange feeling. Hey, my name is Lou. I'm from the metropolis of Myerstown. Any Myerstonians here? Okay. Well, let me first introduce myself. I tell you, my name is Lou. I've worked 15 years here at the county. I'm retired. 8 years at the sheriff's office, 7 years at the district attorney's office. So, working in law enforcement is kind of disturbing to me right now. There's a lot of law enforcement officers here that are pro-MAGA, and that scares me.
Yeah.
I was only 2 individuals out of the sheriff's office that was against Trump. I actually retired early because they love to gang up on me. So, it's one of the big reasons why I'm here today. Also, I'm a former Marine and a former National Guardsman.
Wow.
I know we're all here against Dan Meuser, but Dan Meuser is a big ally of Donald Trump. Me being former military and former law enforcement, I have a big problem with the draft dodger who stole military secrets and called our fallen war heroes like suckers and losers. That's one of my big reasons here. There's so much more I could say, but I really want to appreciate you all coming out here and everything. And the reason I'm holding this flag, the United States of America flag, is because this flag belongs to us too.
Yeah.
Yes.
USA. Thank you.
USA! 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 USA!
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much. And your name was Lou?
Lou.
Great. Thank you so much, Lou. Who else would like to come up and say a word or two about why you're here? Please.
Hi, I'm Dave Harris. I'm a United Methodist clergy, and I believe
Where are you from?
Real quick.
where I'm from, I live in Campbelltown.
If you're not comfortable giving your full name,
And
just show it first.
I'm disturbed by everything that we've been talking about. I'm disturbed at what this is for church in our nation. I know a God who welcomed all, loved all, cared for all. And but I felt I needed to take my lunch time and trundle over here and be a part of this because there was a period I felt lost. What should I do? And there are several things I've started doing. One is showing up here.
Thank you.
Two is an effort at building better conversations, teaching communication skills in several projects there.
Amen.
And three is every chance I get writing Meuser and anyone else in the loop, signing on to other people doing that. And I found a place in doing those things, but I felt it was really important to show up today to say the church isn't what you see on the news. The church is right here in the neighborhood. St. Luke's, the United Methodist Church, who are for all of us and embrace our democracy as a way of doing life together.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dave Harris, for coming out today and lending your voice in solidarity. Please, please come on up. You gotta put your mouth right in.
I don't understand it either.
I was the second. Well, I am.
A 3-hour conversation.
Right up. Can you hear me?
Right to your lips.
Okay. I'm a retired second grade teacher. What's happening to education is wrong because they want to privatize it. That means kids who have money, parents who have money will send their kids to school. And people who can't afford it, it's bad for them. And that's just what privatization means. And that's what they want to do to our government. Privatize the whole thing. So the rich get wealthier and the rest of us, they don't care about. So I'm glad to see so many people here today. This is so important. I felt like the minister over here, I felt like the first weeks there was nothing to do. I didn't know what to do. I was just worried. Now I see people turning out. I see it on TV. We've got to be strong because they have made big inroads into our government. And they are moving fast. We don't have time to waste. Get your friends and family, anybody that will come out. We're in a tough area. I know we are. But we've got to stand up for what we believe in. But we're not alone. We are not
alone. We are not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone. Hi, everybody. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Phil. I'm Phil Eversole. I live 2 blocks away from here.
Woo!
Donald Trump lost me the minute he mocked the disabled reporter. I worked 10 years down the street here, used to be Lebanon County Workshop, now Quest, and the people I worked with, they were wonderful. And I just can't believe someone would stoop so low, not to mock what he said, but to mock his disability.
Yeah.
It was disgusting. Now I am now retired, worked 50 years, and I got to listen to Elon Musk call Social Security a Ponzi scheme. But again, like everybody else said, this really warms my heart to see everybody out here, and we're going to continue to do it until we get some answers. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Why are we here? We are here because Meuser won't meet. We are here because Meuser won't meet. We are here because
Meuser won't meet.
Hi everyone, I'm Joanne. I live in
Hi, Joanne.
I am here for everyone in this country, but today I really want to talk about women. There is an all-out war against us, our daughters, our granddaughters. They want to take us back to some imaginary place in the 1950s. They want to strip us of our autonomy, our bodily autonomy, that they think I can't make decisions about my own body. And my daughter can't make hers. And we need to resist this with everything we have. We are at the precipice of losing our freedom and our country. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And here's our co-organizer. Give her a big hand.
He's done a lot of the legwork, so. But I have two big reasons. Again, I want to embrace what she was saying. This war on DEI is so unnecessary. Do you know that they're taking down in the DoD website? They're taking off the websites. They're taking out Colin Powell. They're whitewashing, literally whitewashing all these references to women, people of color, and any type of transgender, LGBTQ, that whole community. Boo!
Boo!
The other thing I want to address a little bit, the privatization. Privatization has always been something that the Republicans wanted to do, because what it does is it takes it off the books, so we don't have a deficit or we don't have debt, but we still pay for it, guys. Don't think we're not going to pay for it. Right now, they've already privatized the border, the security. We have profit-seeking businesses that are detaining people at the border, and it's off the books, so we don't see it, but we still pay for it. Exactly, with education, when they do this vouchers, that's exactly what they're doing. Okay, they're taking off the books. We have accountability. We have school boards. We have anybody ready for school board? Anybody ready for office right here today? No? Please run for office, because school board is so important. We make the decisions about what our schools are doing. Period. The end. Not some, billionaire who just decides to do whatever he wants to do. But, so that is the two biggest reasons, because I'm a former teacher as well. So. And I'm going to lead you in a chant. Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Laura. And then, another reason I'm here is because the English language has certain meaning. And the word tariff means something. And we had the White House press secretary the other day trying to tell us that a tariff is a tax cut. And a tariff is a lot of things. But
It's not that.
it's a lot of things, but it ain't no tax cut. Okay? So we don't want to live in a world where up is down and black is white and inside is out, like George Orwell warned us about in his classic novel 1984. We are living 1984 right now. We will not stand for it.
I'm from South Londonderry County.
Woo!
And I'm here because I hate what Trump and Musk are doing. I hate democracy is just for the rich, for the rich.
Get the mic.
Get the yell a little bit.
My daughter is a federal employee. She is not a parasite like Elon Musk says. She is a very hard worker. And I'm going to kind of reiterate what Laura was saying. What they're trying to do is take away, destroy agencies that are designed to help people and replace them with companies designed to make a profit. And I don't want to see that.
Government is not a business.
Democracy is not a business.
Exactly right. Thank you so much, Monica. All right.
Thank you, Monica. Hi, my name is Cindy. I'm from Palmyra. The reason that I'm here is a lot of things, but my number one reason is my dad fought in World War II against fascism. My brother was a veteran. This is my brother Richard. Fascism has no place in America. No. But another thing is, I have a grandson on an IDEA, and it made me so mad the other day when Linda McMahon didn't even know what that was. These are the people that Trump has in his cabinet. Robert Lutnick made fun of my mother-in-law. Yes. Because his mother-in-law doesn't need her Social Security. Right. And we have to stand up against these oligarchs, and especially against fascism. And Dan Meuser is a coward, and he needs to come out and talk. That's right.
Where's Dan?
Where's Dan? Where's Dan?
Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Where's Dan?
Where's Dan? Thank you very much. All right, who else would like to come up and speak?
I'll say
A few
something.
words about why you're here. Giamo.
Yeah, my name's Giamo, and I'm here not on behalf of any one party or another, but on behalf of the fact that I think we need to speak out against all politicians who refuse to listen to us, and that starts here at the local level.
Thank you very much, Giamo. All right, we're out here for a whole range of reasons, but I think there's a lot of commonality. So again, one of the things that I hope people do today is network. I would ask everybody to get to know at least 3 other people. Okay? Go introduce yourself. Because this is what democracy looks like at the ground level. We network. We talk to each other. We develop local nodes of resistance as ways to fight back against tyrannical federal power. I mean, you can't have a president of the United States who, with the stroke of a pen, who thinks he can pass a decree to eliminate the Department of Education. That's not how it works. Okay? This is called lawmaking. And this is called lawless. And we have a sign here, equal justice under law. That is a foundational principle of the United States of America, and one we are here to protect and defend.
Laura, I just want to make one quick point. We're talking about business and government versus government. Business versus government.
Yep.
Can you hear me better like this? Is that?
Yeah, she's not in government. That's right.
So, what we have to remind these guys, they are public servants.
Yeah.
They are our employees. All right. We get to fire them. We get to tell them how to do things. They can't forget that they are public servants. All right. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, but they're being paid by Musk. He's giving them $6,000.
I think we have someone who'd like to speak. Come on, Pat. Come on up. Put it back in your mouth.
We're all vaccinated, right?
What I'm saying was, yeah, it's nice to say that they work for us, but in all honesty, they're being paid. They're being paid. Elon Musk is now paying $6,600 to the justices that are supporting not.
You're right. You're good.
That are supporting the.
Those?
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, it's all about the money. I just want to say we need to make our representatives more afraid of us than they are of Trump.
Yeah, there's a phrase for people who refuse to stand up for principle out of fear of retribution, and that is moral coward. Okay, and Representative Meuser, you have an opportunity to rectify our characterization of you as a moral coward. All you need to do is show up and confront your constituents and listen to us and listen to our concerns. This is your job. And that's why I'm holding a sign that says, Representative Meuser, do your job.
Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job.
All right, beautiful. Who else would like to say a word? All right, here's my friend Rick.
Trump's lead, and I can't say it all other than my name Rick because I could get doxxed or swatted or something else by his own order. I can't do that. I'm too dumb. I want to give Meuser the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's not going to Rent-A-Spine, right? If not, I know a guy. He's no joke. This guy was reading his bio online. He makes $2 million business turned into $400 million. His father, his brother is still there. He's on the board. He's no sap. I think with that knowledge, if it wasn't for the fact that Trump gave him money, he represents money, he would let him park his car. His Maserati, probably, right? But I think the fact that he doesn't come out and speak to us is the ultimate indication of the total disrespect he has for us as constituents. If you have rights, go ahead and say it. But if you want to come out and talk to us, you don't give a damn about us. And that's disgusting and despicable. It's not democratic. It shows what a contemptible rich person he is. Because you know, rich people, all that money isn't enough. They got to have more and more and more. Trickle down my foot.
Just like the Funk family.
Social Security, I haven't paid it up to my age since 1972 when I was washing dishes for $1.35 an hour. I get the Social Security record every year. Tell me how much I paid in. Hey, it is no entitlement. That's a pension that I paid into. The sooner they get people to believe it's entitlement, the sooner they lower their expectations. Well, I'll be damned they're going to do that.
We earned it.
You're darn right we did. We earned it. It's a pension that is not an entitlement at all. And better not touch Medicare and Medicaid either. Build one less air care, do something else. Or you're not going to screw me out of it. So anyway, that's it. You got to get Marshall Ackright. He's no dope. And like I said, he wouldn't let Trump park his car if it wasn't for the fact Trump had him by the throat. So. And it wouldn't be a Tesla either. It better not be.
Thank you very much, Rick. Yes, hands off Social Security. This is not a Ponzi scheme. This is from the Franklin Delano Roosevelt administration all the way back in the 1930s, and it is the American. This is what we pay into. I started, like Rick, started paying into Social Security in the 1970s, and only now am I beginning to draw from it. So we need to protect Social Security, protect Medicare, protect the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Do you like to have weather reports? Do you like a world in which you know a hurricane is coming? Or would you rather just kind of just wing it, and maybe if there are tornadoes or a hurricane or severe weather on its way, maybe we'll just kind of play it by ear. We just know we don't need a weather service.
Or they won't change the direction of it. Where is Dan?
We don't change direction. Where is Dan? Where is Dan? Where is Dan? Where is Dan?
Even some video.
Where is Dan? Where is Dan? All right, where is Meuser? We have where's Meuser signs here?
You want a big one?
We can't find him anywhere.
I mean, just
Who else would like to say a word? Aaron, also a co-organizer.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you all hear me now? Yes. Okay. My name is Aaron. I'm from Northern Lebanon Township. I am one blue speck in a sea of red. Is that how everybody else feels sometimes? Not to make it about party, but hey. I've lived in Lebanon almost my whole life. I'm 42 years old. I am a member of the queer community. I am disabled, so I get Medicaid from the government, thankfully, still. And I'm a woman. Wow. So I have 3 strikes against me. And I am scared. I am scared for my friends. I am scared for my mother, who receives Social Security, is 76 years old and still has to work part-time. I have been in a disability lawsuit now for 2 years for my illness, And the government keeps telling me I am not sick enough to be worthy of having a living wage because I cannot get it any other way. I want to work. I want to be a functioning member of society.
Yes.
I am not a lazy person because my disability does not afford me to be able to work anymore. I have worked since I'm 16 years old. I am 42 now. The past 2 years of my life is the only time in my life when I was unemployed, gainfully unemployed. I worked in warehousing for many years, long hours. You all know how it goes. I'm a blue-collar worker. I was a registered Republican for many years.
And you saw the light.
And then I got smart, yeah. So I just want to explain my sign here because to bring it back to why we're here for Dan Meuser. Last week, this clown decided that instead of meeting with our constituents here,
He was in Philly.
To pander to the brown and black vote because he's running for governor.
Say it. Say it.
So this also represents a systemic problem in our government. When you are an elected official, do your job.
Yes.
You are not elected to get elected again, to campaign to get elected again, to take our hard-earned money so you can sit on your ass and do nothing.
Yes. It's all about personal ambition.
So is Philly the new Lebanon? Apparently. I mean, I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, so the Flyers are like, worse than dirt to me. So and also orange is the new black. I'm smart. Anyway.
Originally from Philly.
Oh, we're Philly people. Okay. Does it help if I say that my dad was an Eagles fan and I cheered? Anyway, I don't want to take up too much time. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for standing up. Thank you for giving your innate right to practice your First Amendment rights and don't let anybody else tell you any different.
Thank you, Aaron. I just want to remind folks, democracy is not a sprint. Democracy is a marathon, right? And so this is not about a one and done. Okay? We're going to be out here every week, and now the weather is starting to turn, and it'll be a great opportunity to network with each other, to have our voices heard, until Dan Meuser agrees to meet with his constituents and do what? Do your job!
Do your job. 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 Do your job.
All right, very good. And this is not a partisan issue. This is not red versus blue. I hope that we can get Republicans out here with us protesting for the protection and defense of our democracy. This is not a red and blue issue. This is about what it means to be an American.
Yes.
And you can't just sign a piece of paper and say, oh, the 14th Amendment no longer applies. Birthright citizenship no longer exists, even though it's in the Constitution, because I signed a piece of paper. That's not how it works here in the United States of America. Birthright citizenship has been in existence since 1868 and the 14th Amendment, and you can't just eliminate it with a stroke of the pen. The same is true of eliminating Department of Education and all the other cuts that is rampaging through with a chainsaw, with a through the federal government. All right, who else would like to say a word? Please, come on up. It's Rich.
Yep, Rich.
Rich.
My name is Rich. I live in Palmyra. Lived there almost all my life. Philly.
So,
This is what I got to say about Trump. To me, he's a draft dodger. I was in the draft lottery, and I didn't run. I enlisted in the Air Force 4 years, and he ran because of bone spurs. Nobody runs for the President of the United States and has bone spurs. Nobody. So, this is all about Meuser, but it's all about Trump. Trump's the guy. Trump is the guy. And you got to remember that. Trump is the guy. He's the one that is causing all this bullcrap in our country. He's definitely not an American president to me. And he talks about autocratic crap. He wants to be an autocrat. That's what he wants.
Not my felon.
He's not my felon either. I hate to say it, but he's not my president. He's not my president. He's not my president.
Not my president.
He ran from the draft, and that's the biggest thing that got me. He ran from the draft by bone spurs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rich.
No kings, no czars. Democracy is ours. 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 No kings, no czars. Democracy is ours.
Hello. I'm Duncan. Hi, Duncan.
It's right up against your
And I am a bona fide Republican.
Welcome.
Token bona fide Republican. I am a Lincoln Republican. I knew Lincoln, and Trump is no Lincoln. Sure. Teddy Roosevelt, and Trump is no Teddy Roosevelt. I also read the new book on King Henry V from the 1400s, and I could have substituted the word Trump in there, including the beheadings, the public executions, and the whims, and the cronyism. So we're back in the medieval ages now.
Yes.
So I go back to Abraham Lincoln, who talked about of the people, by the people, and for the people. And that's what Republicans really stand for, going back to Lincoln.
Thank you very much, Duncan. Thank you very much, Duncan. Yeah, not only was Abraham Lincoln a Republican, so too was Frederick Douglass. Because the Republicans were the anti-slavery party.
Yes.
Okay, so, you know, it's going back many, many decades. Okay, so who else would like to say a few words? Jonathan, would you like to say a few words? I just did. You just did. All right, anyone else?
Just three. Democracy, not plutocracy.
Democracy, not plutocracy. Democracy, not plutocracy. Democracy, not plutocracy. Democracy, not plutocracy. The last time we had a plutocracy, well, I mean, this is arguable, but Donald Trump wants to take us back to the 19th century, to the Gilded Age, when we had open dealing, open corruption, where public officials would openly sell their office and their services for money, for gifts, and that, you know, we had to go through a whole progressive reform movement in the early 20th century. It was about 20 years, and without that progressive reform movement, we would still have child labor.
Yep.
We would not have the the Food and Drug Administration.
Slavery.
We would not have child labor laws.
Slavery.
We would not have 8-hour days.
Slavery.
We would not have unions. There's a whole slew of reform from the early 20th century that now this administration wants to go back in history, and as Duncan says, take us back to the time when kings ruled by divine right. What gives you the right to rule? It's the finger of God. Well, this is not how it works in the United States of America. You get elected, and then you get defeated. And that's the kind of democracy and the kind of republic that we are determined to keep. Who else would like to say a few words?
I just want to say a few words. I have a big mouth. Because Republicans as well as Democrats depend and earned Social Security. So I don't think we said that enough. Everybody, protect Social Security.
Protect Social Security.
Protect Social Security.
Protect Social Security. Protect Social Security. Protect Social Security. Protect Social Security. Protect Social Security. Protect Social Security.
They promised it.
I love the spirit here. This is a great crowd. Who else would like to say a few words about why are you here? Why are you here? Why did you come out today?
About our Democratic Commissioner, Joellen Litz.
Oh, geez. Would you like to say a word? Commissioner Litz.
Well, she's an elected official.
She's got to protect her. She has to protect her position.
Oh, she needs to be all
If you're here.
Here, can we move that?
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
She can't.
If she has to be afraid, I think that says something.
Because of circumstances beyond her control. Okay. Would anyone else like to say a few words? We have about 10 minutes left. Again, this is going to be every Monday from 12 noon to 1
I didn't mean
p.m.
about her,
You
but
don't need to get
about
here
the
right at
government.
noon. You can. I'm going to get here every day about 10 minutes early to unload the signs, set up our cardboard cutout of Dan Meuser. What do you think of the cardboard cutout, by the way?
Here,
Hear our voice.
The cardboard cutout's got more than Dan's son in ears.
Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job.
If Dan were here, this is what he'd see.
Do your job. Do your job. All right. So again, every Monday from noon to 1. If you get here at 12:30, that's totally fine. We're going to try to stay on message. Okay, I know there's a number of protests going on. 5051 is putting on protests in Harrisburg and elsewhere, but it's very broad. It's like people bringing signs for everything under the sun. We're going to stay focused on Dan Meuser being our representative and his refusal to meet with his constituents, and our insistence that he be accountable to the people who elected him. That's going to be our main message throughout, and the unconstitutional support of the unconstitutional, anti-constitutional actions of the Trump plus regime. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes left before 1 o'clock. We're going to wrap it up at 1. Why don't we take the last 10 minutes to talk to each other and to network? I want everybody to meet at least 3 people that you've never met before. Introduce yourself.
These people that are angry that we're here. Like, they don't even know what it's about. They're just angry reacting. Why would anyone be mad that he is refusing to hear their voice?
Can't put a gallon odds in 1 quart brain, I guess.
Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous.
Hello.
Hi.
May I interrupt you? I'm sorry.
No,
I
you're
forgot
fine.
your name already.
Giamo.
Giamo?
Yeah, Giamo Lau.
Very nice to meet you. Are you
Live streaming.
live streaming?
I can stop. It's pretty much over.
No, I don't want. I want to know your stuff so I can follow you. Like Facebook, Instagram, whatever.
Giamo Lau, Facebook. Just Facebook. Yeah, I got some good footage here, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Feel free to use it however you want. I can give you written permission if you need to.
No, I don't need unless you need it.
No.
I'm not going to use it any other way than to promote.
I'm independent. I don't have any
I don't blame
publishers
you.
or anything.
I don't blame you.
But yeah, that too.
How do you spell it, Jim?
Giamo. Yep.
Just like that?
Yeah,
Okay,
don't
cool.
let it autocorrect to guano.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It just did it in. It just did it in his phone. I typed it out.
Horrible autocorrect. Oh my God! All right, thank you so much. I wanted to.
And the last name's Lao. Lao.
Oh, thank you. That would help, wouldn't it?
There's only one Giamo.
Very cool. Thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm glad to be here. Michael made it out to my own thing. I only posted 48 hours notice, so I really appreciated him.
Yeah.
I wanted to come out here and support, even though I wasn't aware of it before I met him Saturday. Thank you for being here. There's a lot of people here. It says something. I've never seen this many people protesting in Lebanon.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe it. When I came around the corner on Poplar, I'm like, is that for us? Because like when Mike and I were doing signs, I'm like, it's just going to be like four of us, you know? But it's awesome anyway. What were you saying?
We started in the back there. We met in the back, and there was only a couple of us. And I was like, I think we should go to the front because there's probably more visibility out there.
Yeah.
And you guys are already out here.
Yeah.
Hi. I don't think I know you.
My name's Giamo Lao. It's nice to meet you. Giamo Lao.
That's an interesting name.
Thank you.
What's your heritage?
So my mom would be like, they came from like Germany a couple generations ago, whatever. My dad's dad would be like Puerto Rican. So.
Habla español.
No, un poquito.
Solo un poco.
What was your name?
Duncan McLean.
Duncan McLean.
And
very nice to meet you. My pleasure, sir.
And
I appreciate what you had to say today. It was good to hear.
Thank you.
I think a lot of people will.
Point that it's not a political party issue.
Yes.
It's a democracy issue.
Right.
And we have two main parties, but we have other parties that are very...
I personally wanted to set that clear because this is like a Republican area. You can't just bash Republicans. You have to speak for everybody to say things. Because we can't just do what the other side does and like when everybody bashes each other, nobody will listen. Nobody's minds will ever be changed. But when everybody just talks to each other, tells each other their experiences and why they feel the way they feel, that's when somebody will listen to you, and that's when somebody's mind will change.
Well, I have a saying I keep telling myself, I will not be silenced, I will not be intimidated, I will not be gaslighted, I will not be demoralized, and I will not be divided from my neighbors.
That's great.
More important, right?
Absolutely. Well, and, you know, because logic tells us we all have more similarities than differences. And our differences, for the most part, really don't matter. Our differences really don't matter.
Well, differences are good.
But, exactly.
Like, you're different from me. Right? You have a perspective I have no idea.
Right.
I want to listen. I'm interested. You're a human being.
Right.
Right? And you're going to enrich my understanding. And in any good organization, they invite people to field ideas and think outside the box and do not like groupthink.
Right. Right.
Groupthink is stagnant.
Yes.
Right? So
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah. Very good. Very cool. I'm so sorry. I have.
Thank you.
So,
Giamo.
Giamo.
Yeah.
That's
Italian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
German?
Yeah.
Lao is like.
Would be probably Asian.
It's I would say it's like Filipino or Taiwanese.
Yeah.
Very cool. Hey.
Living all different strands.
We've been walking around on Earth for a long time, I guess.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, in another 1,000 years, we're all gonna look the same anyway. Ain't gonna matter. Like we're all gonna be, you know what I mean? Like we'll have different shades.
Yeah, it's just we couldn't travel over long distances, so everybody isolated. But now it's not. It'll never be that way again.
Nope. And it shouldn't ever be that way again.
So are you from here, Lebanon?
I was born at the Good Sam. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You went to Lebanon?
I went to Cedar Crest.
Cedar Crest.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm just over the line. See you.
Have a wonderful day,
You
John.
as well. Thank you.
Nice talking to you.
Nice to meet you. Yes, sir.